What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode with Boulder Media Radio. I am your host, Javier, and we have another episode. I believe this is episode 13. And so we're doing these extra episodes this week because I feel extra happy, excited to share some more cool stuff. And so I know it's Friday night. I still have no internet in my home. So guess where I'm doing this live from? The library. And so I've had a very productive day. It's been powerful. I got off the phone just a few minutes ago with my business coach. So shout out to James Smiley. And got to go to a local coffee shop in Pueblo, which is called Sun Solar or Solar Roast, I think it's called. I forget. Super awesome place where they actually roast their beans with solar panels. That's flipping awesome. Okay. Really neat concept. Nothing that you see very often. And then I did a coaching call, or with a coaching prospect, also as well too today that wants to be part of our coaching program, which is super cool. And then I went to Paisanos this morning / early afternoon, which is a local restaurant in downtown Pueblo as well too, and was setting some stuff up because we were going to be doing a free marketing roadshow there. It's going to be a digital marketing roadshow that is going to be for people part of our networking group, which is Networking Energizers, and it's just powerful week. Super excited, and so this is why I want to give some more value. Okay, so all about helping your business, helping your company succeed. And ultimately, what I want to try to do is make you guys happy. I want to make my audience happy and feel like they're getting some good stuff. And so today's topic, you guys probably know what it is because it's already posted on there. But today's topic is going to be 5 ways you can increase your revenue using social media ads. So here is my big, thing that bothers me about people running ads. I get this all the time. People are like, oh, I already do Facebook ads. Do you? So how well are they doing? Are they performing? They're like, oh, I got 3 clicks. Big whoop. Who cares if you got 3 clicks, man? Okay. Or, I got some people that liked my page. Okay, cool. So here's the thing, guys. If you think you're running Facebook ads, you really got to start thinking about what you're doing whenever you're running these ads. And so I was doing a little research because I was actually preparing for my presentation for tomorrow at Paisanos tomorrow morning. So if you are in the Pueblo area, I'm going to be doing a free digital marketing roadshow seminar in Paisano or at Paisanos, which is off of Main Street. Okay. Google it if you need to. Super awesome place. Tiffany gave me a sandwich there. It was spot on. And, anyways, we're doing a free roadshow there. I'm going to be teaching people about digital marketing. And I was doing some research and kind of putting my presentation together. And I was looking at, what people basically, what to look for when people are looking for a digital marketing agency to work for their company. And the thing that, was pretty interesting statistics that I was seeing, like, prices of, hiring an agency, returning investment when it comes to marketing online and all this other stuff. And so my biggest challenge that I see a lot is that I see people that they say they run ads, they get no results, and they say that Facebook doesn't work, or LinkedIn doesn't work, or YouTube doesn't work, or Instagram doesn't work. That's not true. It does work. And Gary Vaynerchuk actually pointed this out really well. If you don't know who he is, Google him as well too. Gary Vaynerchuk, look up Gary V, super smart guy, super awesome guy. He said in a roundabout way, said that Facebook marketing is the most undervalued platform for paid marketing. Okay, for paid ads. Most undervalued. Okay. And the thing is that some people think, well, I'll just whip something up and then people will just buy it. And that's the thing that people don't understand. As a digital expert, as a digital marketing expert, which is me, okay, this is what you have to get, is that it's not just putting a picture, some weird copy and a headline and people click it and just buy stuff. It doesn't work like that. People don't understand the thought process on actually creating marketing content, right? Marketing campaigns. No one understands that. And so, I was at a networking event yesterday and I was talking to this guy and he goes, so you run a digital agency? I'm like, yep. He's like, what does that mean? And I guess, well, I do digital marketing. He's like, okay, what does that mean? Well, digital marketing involves, and I kind of told him and all this other stuff. And he was almost kind of blown away. He's like, wow, I didn't realize that's what digital marketing is. I go, yeah, it's everything that's handled digitally. And so with that said, what I kind of, got out of it is that not a lot of people understand what us, digital marketers really do, specifically me with Boulder Media Solutions. So some people think that I just put an ad up and that's all I do. I do so many different things. I do everything from email marketing to doing social media ads to website redesigns and SEO. Like, we do so much stuff. But the thing is that it's based on what you want. Today's focus is 5 ways to increase your revenue, okay, through social media or Facebook ads. And so that is just one vehicle that we use to generate leads to increase profits and revenue for your company. Okay. And so I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to do on your marketing. So there's a thing called call to action in marketing. Call to action is what prompts someone to take action for what they might be interested in. And that call to action has to be powerful. What most people don't understand is that the call to action that they use can really determine the success or failure of that ad campaign. Okay. And so when you're creating call to actions, you need to understand that it has to be something that is enticing. All right. And so I've got 5 points on how to really make these call to actions great. If you fix your call to action, your revenue goes up. If you don't fix your call to action, your revenue will never exist. And it's all about the call to action. Okay. And that's the thing that you guys have to understand is that it's not just a picture with some words on there and a headline, and then you just send them to your website. It doesn't work like that. There is a strategy behind it. Okay. There's some images that really, work for some people. There's some ad copy that really works for some people. There's headlines that really draws people's attention. There's certain things in headlines that draw people's attention. When they go to a funnel or a website to learn more or purchase, there's certain things on that website that needs to be on there to get them to actually want to opt in or buy or something. You see what's going on? It's not just put an image up or boost the post or something like that. There's more to this. And so that's what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to digital marketers, okay, such as myself. I consider myself as an expert. Why do I consider myself as an expert? I know so much about how this works. I've worked with several clients and I've built my own company to grow through the worst recession that we've had in our generation, okay, through digital marketing. All right. So what I want to do is I want to give you 5 of our, I guess you could say is ways to increase your revenue. And these are going to be based off of call to action. That's what we're focusing on today. So number 1, you're not pointing out any pain points. Okay. So when you write your ad copy, all right, your ad copy has to pull pain points. Are you a chiropractor? If you say, hey, we can crack your back for $20, there's no pain point there. All you're doing is competing strictly on price. And at that point, you're a commodity. And if you're a commodity, then guess what? No one respects you. So why should someone go to you? Because are you the cheapest or are you the best? So you got to pull pain points. So if you're a chiropractor, what you need to do is you need to literally pull out pain points. Does your back hurt all the time? Do you always slouch? Do you always get sick on these times of the year? Or do you see what's going on? Pull out these pain points. And there should be like 3 or 4 pain points, unless you want to focus on one specific one, which is even better, because that shows that you're an expert at that one particular thing. See, my old company, we worked on working with kids, all right? Teaching martial arts to our kids, all right? So guess what my pain points were? Discipline, focus, confidence. And I only talked to moms. Why? Because they were the purchasers. They were the ones that wanted to purchase martial arts lessons for their kid. So what I'm getting to is that I pulled out pain points that always related to parents. Now, I didn't just use them in that order. I would kind of put it in different directions in different ways. The point is that by using pain points to get to your audience, you start talking to them and they start responding. So that's number 1, is making sure you know how to use pain points. So like another example is, let's say you're an attorney, okay? And you're an attorney that works with divorce and you specifically only work with males, okay? So guess what? you got to pull out some pain points as a male, all right, of what they're experiencing. Do you have to pay alimony? Do you have to pay child support? Like stuff like that. It's like, is your wife trying to take everything from you? And all of a sudden, all these pain points start triggering this adult that's in a divorce or getting through a divorce, all right, male. And so what happens is that these pain points start triggering stuff. So what they do is they're like, oh, I want to know more about this because he's already speaking to me. Do you see what's going on? So what you do is by pulling out pain points, you're really leveraging your ad copy. You're really leveraging that ad, all right? So that's number one, getting the pain points out. Number two is you have no solution to offer. So you have to have a solution. Most people do not provide a solution. They just pull out something. They're like, do you have a house? Yes. What are my pain points and what's the solution? You have to have a solution, guys. Because if you have no solution, why should I contact you? Okay. If you are, here's a great example. Solar panels, let's talk solar panels right now. Okay. If you are, selling solar panels and you have no solution for these people to purchase solar panels, then why in the world should they purchase solar panels from you? They shouldn't. They shouldn't even have to think about it. But if the solution is that, and you can provide, is that you will no longer pay the high electricity bill that keeps going up every single month. You'll no longer have to deal with, you can be off grid if you want to. You don't have to deal with this. Like, do you see what's going on? And so those are pain points, and then you provide solutions for them. With our simple payment plan, you could actually do this and you can afford it, and it won't actually cost you much more than what you're paying for electricity right now. It'll be less. But you got to provide solutions. If you can't provide solutions, then how are people going to see that you're an expert? So what I'm doing here is I'm providing solutions for you to get more revenue for your business. Do you see what's going on? So I pull out pain points and I'm providing solutions for you. And that's what you got to do, is you got to provide some sort of solution or solutions for your prospect, the person that's interested, or your suspect is probably the better way of putting it, to listen or opt in or something along those lines, right? Number three, you aren't giving any reason to opt in. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's say that you've got the pain points, perfect, right? And let's say that you provide a solution, perfect, right? But then there's no reason for them to opt in to basically provide their name, phone number, email, or name and email, or name and phone number, whatever it is. There's no reason for them to opt in. Here's the thing, guys, is when you create an ad, if you do not give a reason to opt in, if you, best way I can put this is like, if you want this, you have to give me something in exchange for it. So I am trying to get your name, phone number, email, right? In exchange for your name, phone number, email, I have to provide something that's valuable to you. In marketing terms, we call this a lead magnet, okay? And so that lead magnet can be top 3 things or 5 ways that, or do you see what's going on now? And guess what I'm going to be using this video for other things? It's going to be a lead magnet. So I'm going to be using this video as a lead magnet, but right now you're getting it for free. So it's kind of cool. My point being here though, guys, is that you've got to provide some sort of lead magnet that allows them to exchange their name, phone number, email for whatever they want, okay? If you're a roofing company, it's the same concepts. You've got to have some sort of lead magnet, some sort of offer that makes them say, yeah, I want to give you my contact information. I think that's a fair trade. And that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to create a fair trade with whomever you're talking to, okay? So like I said, number 1 is you're not pointing out any pain points. Number 2 is you have no solutions to offer these people. You got to have a solution. Number 3 is that you're not giving a reason for them to opt in. You got to have a lead magnet. If you don't have a lead magnet, people are not going to want to opt into what you have to offer. All right. It's really critical that you guys get this part, is that lead magnets are going to keep you in the game. And sometimes you might think this is a great lead magnet, and you might have to change them. So maybe you have to have 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 lead magnets that you have to kind of interchange a little bit to see which one gives you the best opt-ins. And at that point, what you do is you just leverage it. Once you figure it out which one it is, you keep using it. That makes sense? All right. Number 4, and this is huge, and you see this kind of stuff on infomercials, okay? If you are trying to get into understanding how to market to consumers, all right, then what you have to get is you have to understand the thing that people do on infomercials. They create this sense of urgency. Sense of urgency is huge. I was listening to this podcast the other day, and they were interviewing the number one producer for infomercials, and he was talking about sense of urgency. And so it was really cool because he says we actually strategically put these call to action / sense of urgency in different parts of the actual commercial for 30 minutes. And they're strategically placed because if you do it at the wrong place, you don't get the high enough conversion. So that's the thing is I know you're not doing an infomercial, but what I'm getting to is that you've got to create a sense of urgency in what you're offering. So what I'm saying here is that let's say that your offer is get these 3 things or 5 things, but I'm only, and then you have some sort of like, and on top of that, you can also get a free $20 widget. Okay. And I'll send it to you for free. You just got to pay for shipping, but you only have 24 hours to make this purchase. You only have 7 hours to make this purchase, or this expires in, 7 days or whatever it is. You got to create a sense of urgency, or you only have 6 of these available, whatever it is, create a sense of urgency. The conversion rates, the click-throughs go up a lot. Okay. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but just by having a sense of urgency, and sense of urgency can be a date, an expiration date, a quantity sold, or quantity of people, getting information, whatever it is, a sense of urgency, because then they're going to experience this thing called FOMO, fear of missing out. If someone fears of missing out, they're going to be like, oh no, I didn't get that deal. And I do that myself all the time. I'm going to see like Amazon Day. They had like their whole like Prime Day. That's it. Amazon had like Prime Day. And we were going to buy some stuff. My wife was. And she's like, well, let me wait. And then we missed out. And we didn't buy anything. We were going to buy a Roomba is what it was. We were going to buy one of those like robotic vacuums. And we were going to she was looking at one of the knockoff brands. She's like, this is a smoking deal. Like it like does like mopping and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And so she's like, well, I don't know if I would pay that much for it. Anyways, long story short, we didn't buy it because we missed out. We literally missed out. Okay. And she was kind of ticked off. And I'm like, why didn't you buy this thing? She's like, I should have bought it. I'm sorry. But the sense of urgency that Amazon created, that there's only so many of these at this price and that's it, is where people were like, I want to buy this now. And you have to create that with your product, with your brand, with your service, whatever you're offering. Always have to create a sense of urgency. If you're not creating senses of urgencies in any of your marketing material, then there is no reason why someone should contact you. Okay. So that's something that you have to understand. And there's different things that work. Sometimes it's a combination of 2. Sometimes it's just one thing. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 things, but you have to create a sense of urgency and it has to be reiterated at all times. Okay. When you create a sense of urgency, what that does is it starts triggering in the head on like, I got to do something about this. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting my mouth is getting dry. Okay. Number 5 is the last one. Your call to action is standard. And so you're like, what do you mean? So this is how this topic came to play. Okay. When I came up with this topic, I was doing some research for some local businesses on their call to action. And actually it was a solar company. All right. So I was doing some research for solar and I was seeing what other people are doing, whatever. And then the same thing is with like roofing. And the call to action typically is get a free estimate or get a free consultation or get a free inspection. Let me ask you something. If you're one of those companies that does solar roofing, like that you give a free estimate, let me ask you something. Aren't you already going to do that? Aren't you already going to be offering them a free estimate no matter what? Aren't you already going to give them a free quote no matter what? Aren't you always going to give them a free consultation no matter what? Aren't you already, do you see what's going on? So how is that like a strong call to action? How is that getting me to want to do what you want me to do? Like that doesn't entice me. And so it's got to be something that offer has to be strong. Okay. And this is where I call it as an offer is that call to action, that offer has to be strong. It can be something that you already do. So as a roofing company, you can't say, call now and we'll give you a free inspection. Well, no kidding. I'm going to get that anyways. So why should I call you? You flip it around and you maybe add something. Maybe you say, contact us today and you could qualify to win a free iPad tablet. That's kind of different now, right? All of a sudden, it went from free inspection to where you can qualify to win a free iPad tablet. That's kind of cool. I'll give you my contact information for a chance to win a free iPad tablet. And so what you've done is that you're still asking them to do what you already do, but you're throwing something else in there, that call to action, the offer, that's enticing. Okay? And so you got to do something that's enticing. You know, like, and we call this in marketing terms like value stacking. Okay? You gotta stack a lot of value behind this. And I do this with my own customers. I do this with my own prospects. I do this with everybody. I value stack as much as I can to where you are like, holy smokes, this is really good. And so when you start doing that, you start kind of showing what you're really, like what you're capable of doing, like what you're made of, like, you know, like what your company's about. And so let's say that if you're a solar company, okay, a great idea here is that if you buy solar from us, we'll throw in a free ecobee. So doesn't that make sense? You're trying to save money, you know, and so you're going to get solar. And if you end up getting solar with them, you're going to get a free ecobee. That's a $200 value. Done. Okay, I'll do that. And some people, if you're that company that's like doing solar or roofing, you're like, well, I don't want to throw that in there. Like, what is that value? What is that lead worth to you? What is that person closing worth to you? Like, is it worth a lot? Is it worth a little? Like, what is it worth to you? And so what I want you guys to understand is that you've got to make sure that your call to action, your offer is strong. It's not something just like, you know, why would someone want to actually, you know, listen to this stuff? Why would someone actually want to, you know, get this or click on that link or whatever? So this is one of the reasons why most people don't get any clicks on their ads. Their call to action is soft because they're scared to give value. If you're scared to give value, then why should I give you my money? Why should I give you my contact information? Why should I do business with you? Because you're scared to give value? You should be enticed. You should be encouraged to give value. You should be like, I'm all about value giving. I'm all about making my customers the winner. I'm all about making them the superhero of my movie. It should be about that. It shouldn't be about, man, I could have saved $200 if I didn't give that away. I could have an extra $200 in my pocket. So what I'm trying to get to is that that's the biggest reason why many companies that say they do, you know, marketing on social media, on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube, you know, or Snapchat, whatever, and they get no results. I would say that's number one. I put it at the bottom because, you know, a free inspection is jack. So what? You're going to give me a free inspection. Come up with something better. Okay? Give me something cooler. Okay? Like, you got to be creative. And so as a marketer, as a digital marketing expert, that's what I do. I sit down and I talk to the customer, I talk to the client, and I say, okay, what is it that you are looking for? You know, you're looking for these types of leads. Perfect. What is it worth to you to get these leads? How much would you pay for them? Okay. What do you get in return? Like, how much money are you making off of that? All right, cool. You're making this kind of margins. What would you give on top of whatever you're paying for to get that lead and make him happy and actually do business with you? Do you see what's going on? And so what you're doing here is you're stacking all this stuff. And then you are then going to take all this information as the marketer, which is me, okay? And we put it all together. We put together the right ad copy that pulls out pain points. We come up with a strong solution. And then we're going to give some reasons for them to opt in, give them a lead magnet. And then from there, we're going to create a sense of urgency, and a call to action is to die for. And then all of a sudden, that person goes to your website and you reiterate all that stuff on your website. All of it. And you're like, why do I have to reiterate it again? Because people don't remember why they clicked on something. They'll be like, why am I here? I don't understand. And they literally would be like, oh, I'm just going to leave. So you have to reiterate what you just iterated. I'm dead serious when I say this. You have to reiterate what I just iterated. Okay? Notice how I said it twice? And the reason I say this is that the mind will see, oh, I clicked on this. Oh, that's right. I'm reading this. Oh, cool. And then they opt in. Because they remember why they clicked on it. When you start doing that kind of stuff, your opt-ins start going up, your conversions go up, and your sales go up. You start making money off of Facebook. You start actually making money off of Facebook. Okay? So when people say, oh, I can't make money off of Facebook, it doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just that you don't work. You don't think how a marketer should think. You don't think how your consumer would actually react. I run ads. It's really interesting. When I run ads, I basically, I'll run some stuff. And if it's targeted to women, I'll look at my wife and be like, hey, take a look at this really quick. And I'll have her look at it. I'm like, what do you think? She's like, well, I mean, yeah. And so whenever I get that, I kind of change it up a little bit. I'm like, what about this? She's like, that's actually interesting. I'd probably click on that. And I was like, okay. And those are things that I'm targeting for females. Okay. When I'm, creating stuff for males, then I kind of have, I'm not saying I know everything of how males think. I'm not saying that. But what I'm trying to get to is that I understand, what's going to get me to click on something. And I come from it from an unbiased position. Okay. So where I'm coming from is that when you combine all 5 of these things correctly, all right, and you put this into a sales funnel, okay, and you then get the lead, that's how you're going to start making more money. That's how you're going to start making more money on Facebook marketing. And this is why if you run ads and you run boosted posts, okay, I'm not knocking you if you do, but don't expect a high conversion rate on boosted posts, okay? I'm not saying you can get conversions. I'm just simply saying you can't target it the right way on the high conversions. So going back to this, like if you are doing this, like what you have to understand, guys, is you have to really put this compelling ad together. It has to be strong. It has to be powerful. And that's the part that most people don't understand. Most small companies, most local companies, most corporations, big companies, they don't get it. They don't know how to put these ads together. They think that it's just literally an image, some text, a headline, take them to the website, whatever. No. Consumers think differently. Consumers have a different way of how they look at stuff. And a marketer understands human behavior. Okay. Am I an expert on how humans behave and know what they do? No. Okay. But what I do know is I know consumer behavior based on statistics. So I look at my ads. I look at what the stats say, how well it performed, all this stuff. Okay, this is good. So this is good. This offer is strong. This is good. Okay. Oh, we're not getting enough conversions on the website. What do we need to change here? And we'll start making tweaks. That's what we do. That's what I do is I don't just put stuff up. I literally spend time, countless hours on on working on my craft. Okay. And what makes someone an expert in something like this is the fact that they do it over and over and over again, and they like doing it. I love doing stuff like this. It's fun. I don't know why my brain thinks this way, but it's exciting. And, when I explain stuff like this to my wife, she's like, oh my God, more of this. And I kind of start laughing. I'm like, okay, I'll talk about it with somebody else. So what I'm getting to is that, if you struggle with putting together compelling ads on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever your audience is, if you struggle with putting compelling ads together, what you need to understand is that that's okay. That's cool, but you should hire an expert. I'm not a chiropractor. I don't try to pop my back. Yes, I get on a foam roller and my back will pop a little bit. Yes, I'll do this and yes, I'll do that. But at the end of the day, I don't know how to pop my back and adjust myself and fix myself. So guess what I do? I hire a chiropractor. Okay. I can change the oil in my car. Do I know how to do it? I have no clue. Can I figure it out? Yeah. I'll just YouTube it. How much time is that going to take me to figure it out? Because I got to find the video for my car. All right. And then watch the video a few times and like, oh crap, I gotta go to the store and get this and I do that. And at that point, like I wasted 4 hours to save myself what? $50? Like my time is worth way more than that. So you as a company owner, you as a business owner should understand something is that, yeah, you can save some money if you did it yourself, Is it going to give you the same return on investment? Probably not. So if you put 5 minutes in an ad creation and you expect $1 million, return, you're out of your mind. Okay. If you put 10 hours in a ad design, all the stuff, everything, including sales funnel and drip campaigns and everything, you put, 10 hours and you expect $1 million, return, you're out of your mind. There is a process to all of this stuff, and there could be several hours put all together. Okay. And the best thing I can explain this is this: remove yourself from the situation. Let someone come from a third party that sees it essentially like unbiased, and they have a solution that is different from what you would have thought of. You're like, oh, I never would have thought that. That's one of the reasons why I hired a coach that was outside of my industry. Why? Because I didn't want someone to have a biased opinion on certain things. Does he have knowledge, in the stuff that I did? Totally did. But I want an unbiased thought. So when it comes to ad creation, like what you have to get is that sometimes you might think you know what you know about your customers and how people buy, but having that other person come another angle and you're like, wow, that's actually genius. If I implement that, I could probably make, an extra 50 grand. What would an extra 50 grand do to your life? What would an extra 10 grand do to your life? What would an extra 30 grand do to your life? Like, it would change you. It would change your business probably. And so, where I'm coming from is simply this, is that when you create stuff on Facebook for your ads, when you create sponsored ads, there has to be a thought process and you have to lay it out. If you don't have the patience to do those things, hire an expert to do it. Okay. And so, the 5 things that I covered, it's strong. It works. It's what I do when I help my clients. It's exactly what I do. Okay. But there's a process on how I do it as well too. You'll get bored out of your mind if I went over it with you. It's not that I don't want to give you my strategies, because I literally laid out the foundation of what I do to help my clients. The difference is that it depends on the market. It depends on the clientele base. It depends on the demographic. It depends on the location. There are so many factors that you have to take into account that you may not know. And so when you do that, what that does is it allows you to really hit the target that you're going after. So that's how you increase your revenue using social media marketing, is those 5 steps. Pull out pain points, have a solution, give them a reason to opt in, get a lead magnet, create a sense of urgency, and have a strong offer / call to action. You have those 5 things, you get a winner, chicken dinner. So I hope this was good. If you liked this, please give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts if you get some value out of this. Like, I would love this because this helps me get my stuff out there so people see it. The next thing is that if you are following us on our podcast, please go to our podcast. You can find it on iTunes. You can download it on Boulder Media Radio is what we're labeled as. Okay. And I'd love for you guys to actually go on our podcast, download it, get it. We do these lives all the time as well too. This is like our 3rd live this week, which is crazy. Okay. But I'm having fun doing this. It's exciting. Okay. If you're watching this on replay, please put #replay so I know who's watching this. And if you have any questions, post them in here or just friend me and then, send me a question. I'm happy to help you guys. I'm here to make things better for you and your company. Okay. So again, those are just some plugins for my stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to share this with other people. Love this to get out there. But I'm here to help you guys out. Hope you guys got some good value out of this. Have a great Friday evening. I'm going to go home and I'm going to get some dinner. I should probably go eat. And I got to finish a final proposal for another prospect. I'll talk to you guys later.